Jewish athletes have been making history since, well, the dawn of history itself. Jacob's epic wrestling match with an angel, David's bullseye with a slingshot, Samson's victory over a lion with his bare hands. It's no wonder that Jewish athletes continue to shape sports history, even though they make up only a tiny fraction of the world's professional athletes. Whether it's sticking perfect landings on the Olympic stage or shattering world records in the pool, hammering home runs, nailing knockouts, or securing submissions on the tatami, Jewish athletes have left an indelible mark on sports. Here are 5 Jewish athletes who made sports history. Number 5, the flying gymnast. Aly Raisman competed in 2 Olympics, earning 3 gold medals, 2 silvers, and a bronze. Her unique style demonstrated strength, daring, and a remarkable ability to perform under pressure. Her routines often featured explosive movements that set her apart, and her tumbling passes were among the most difficult in the world. In fact, her opening tumble at the 2012 Olympics has gone down as one of the most memorable in gymnastics history. It featured a piked double Arabian, which is a double backflip with a half twist while keeping your legs straight. And in case it's not obvious just by looking at it, it's extremely difficult to pull off. It requires a ridiculous amount of power, precision, and grit. But it wasn't just her performance on the mat that made history, it was also her character. She called for the Olympic Committee to hold a moment of silence to honor the 40th anniversary of the Israeli athletes killed in Munich. Unfortunately, the IOC refused, but Aly wasn't discouraged. She performed her floor routine to the song Hava Nagila. Doesn't get more Jewish than that. Nobody lifted her in a chair, but she still flew through the air. She wowed the world and the judges, winning gold. Her flawless performance was seen by many as the symbolic tribute that the Munich victims truly deserved. Aly's moral courage and leadership didn't end there. She became a leading voice in exposing pervasive abuse of young gymnasts by a sports doctor. Her testimony was a watershed moment for accountability in sports. Raisman didn't just advocate for herself. She became a fierce protector of other survivors, calling out the toxic culture that enabled the abuse. Aly Raisman is a sports hero and a Jewish mensch. On the mat and beyond, she's a leader who shows strength, courage, and unwavering determination. Number 4, the golden swimmer. When Mark Spitz dove into the pool at the 1972 Munich Olympics, he didn't just make a splash, he made history. Spitz swam 7 races, winning gold in every single one and breaking 7 different world records. It was the most dominant performance in Olympic history for over 30 years, until Michael Phelps won 8 gold medals. But Spitz's story isn't just about his athleticism. He was a Jewish athlete competing in Germany just 27 years after the Holocaust. That added a special significance to his victories. But this triumphant Jewish return to Germany was stained by tragedy when 11 Israeli athletes were gunned down in cold blood. After the attack, Spitz was whisked out of Munich for his safety, showing the danger of being a high-profile Jewish athlete. Mark Spitz's record-breaking feats weren't just about medals. They symbolized the triumph of determination and Jewish pride on the world's biggest stage. Number 3, the Judo Jew. Yarden Gerbi was the first Israeli to win gold at the World Judo Championships. 3 years later, she added an Olympic bronze medal to her collection at the Rio Games, solidifying her place as one of Israel's greatest athletes. After retiring from judo, Gerbi didn't slow down. She competed on Survivor Israel, hosted Ninja Warrior Israel, and even joined Dancing with the Stars. While on Survivor, she was subjected to grueling tasks that challenged her physical stamina and mental resilience. She was already a public figure, but her appearance on Survivor allowed people to get to know her personality and her values. It's a show known for devious strategies and cutthroat betrayals. And yet, Yarden was a shining example of positivity. She treated people with respect and remained loyal to her friends. When she ended the show in second place, she was so beloved by fans that they started a fundraiser to give her the same prize money as the first place winner. But Yarden refused to accept it, insisting they donate the money to children with cancer instead. From the tatami to the TV screen, Yarden Gerbi has shown the world what it means to compete with grace, grit, and an unshakable sense of self. Number 2, the Hebrew Hammer. Baseball fans know Hank Greenberg as one of the game's greatest sluggers. A 2-time MVP, Greenberg hit 331 career home runs, maintaining a batting average of .313 across 13 seasons. But Greenberg was more than his stats. He was a trailblazer for Jewish athletes in American sports. In 1934, during a heated pennant race, Greenberg faced a tough decision. Should he play on the Jewish high holidays? After consulting with his rabbi, he decided on a curious compromise. He would plan Rosh Hashanah, but not Yom Kippur. His choice inspired both Jewish and non-Jewish athletes to honor their faith, even in the face of adversity and criticism. It also showed Jews that things don't have to be black and white. Even if you're not the most observant Jew, you can still stand up for your right to practice your faith in your own way. By prioritizing his faith over baseball, Greenberg set a powerful precedent, one that Sandy Koufax would famously follow decades later when he sat out Game 1 of the World Series on Yom Kippur. Greenberg also became an ally for Jackie Robinson when the baseball legend broke MLB's color barrier in 1947. Having faced anti-Semitic slurs throughout his career, Greenberg empathized with Robinson and offered him encouragement. Hank Greenberg's legacy isn't just measured in home runs and RBIs, but his unwavering commitment to dignity and fairness, both on and off the field. Number 1, the gentle Jewish giant. When people say Baer Jew, they're usually referring to the movie Inglourious Basterds. But if you said it in the 1930s, you were probably talking about Max Baer. He won more than 80% of his fights with over 50 knockouts. Baer was a charismatic boxer, known for his showmanship. He would often clown around during fights, making faces at opponents or playing to the audience. But he was also known for his extraordinary power in the ring, and his overwhelming strength had a tragic downside. One of his opponents died after Baer knocked him out. Baer was deeply shaken. He broke down sobbing when he learned the news, and he never fully recovered emotionally from the tragedy. Baer paid for the funeral expenses and gave financial support to the man's widow and children, earning him a reputation as a compassionate, gentle giant. Baer's greatest fight came in 1933 when he faced Max Schmeling, Adolf Hitler's favorite fighter. Wearing a Star of David on his shorts, Baer knocked out Schmeling, delivering a victory that resonated far beyond the ring. He became a hero, not just for Jews, but anyone standing against the rising tide of Nazism. After retiring from boxing, Baer transitioned into acting, where his friendly and fun-loving personality made him a Hollywood star. He appeared in films like The Prize Fighter and The Lady, and was later inducted into both the International Boxing Hall of Fame and the International Jewish Sports Hall of Fame. Max Baer was a fierce competitor and a kind-hearted person. He didn't just win fights, he showed the world that strength and compassion can go hand in hand. From Aly's double Arabian to Mark's 7 golds, from landing a knockout to knocking it out of the park, these 5 Jewish athletes earned their places in sports history. And beyond the pool, the mat, or the ring, they proved that being Jewish isn't just about traditions and prayers. It's about the values we embody, both on and off the field.